find favor in your sight. Lord, please hear my heart's cry. I'm desperately waiting to be where you are. Across the hottest desert, I'll travel near or far for your glory. I will do anything just to see you, to behold you as my King. Lord, if I find favor in your sight, Lord, please hear my heart's cry. I'm desperately waiting to be where you are. Across the hottest desert, I'll travel near or far for your glory. I will do anything just to see you, to behold you as my King. For your glory, I will do anything just to see you, to behold you as my King. Lord, if I find favor in your sight, Lord, please hear my heart's cry. I'm desperately waiting to be where you are. Across the hottest desert, I'll travel near or far for your glory. I will do anything just to see you, to behold you as my King. For your glory, I will do anything just to see you, to behold you as my King. Wanna be where you are. I gotta be where you are. Wanna be where you are. Gotta be where you are. Wanna be where you are. Gotta be where you are. Wanna be where you are. Gotta be where you are. where you are. Yes. Peace is where you are. Yes. Love is who you are. Yes. Gotta be where you are.
Hallelujah. praise team. Come on, praise team. Come on, praise team.
You deserve it.
I went through too much hell during 2018 to not be able to worship Him. The book of Job, the first chapter. Don't leave me out here by myself, praise team. I have some more of this joyful water that I need to pour out. Come on, you deserve it. Church, I just have to act like this sometimes, but it's real, it's real, it's real. Let me see the hands of those in here who are real glad. You know that you're glad that God brought you to where you are today. Had it not been for the Lord who was on our side, church. And when I get a flashback, glory. The road was rough, church. You deserve it. Can I hear Ramona one more time, Pastor Sims? Can I hear her? Can I hear her? Come on, Ramona, let me hear how you feel this today. Church, we won't keep you long, but I just... chapter. We're going to begin reading at verse number 1. Job, the first chapter. Everyone with strength in your legs, I'm going to ask you to please stand. Without a Bible or a Bible app on your phone and you're not reading with someone, just raise your hand so I can get you close to someone that you can read the word with today. Just raise your hands. I don't have my Bible with me today preaching, but I'm going to read with somebody. On the count of 1, I'm going to ask all of you, let's read out in choir fashion together. And I will be reading from the New King James Version of the Bible. It's going to sound like we're singing a song in here. We're going to make the devil mad reading this, okay? Amen. On the count of 1, let us hear your voices. Open it up. 1. There was a man in the land of Oz whose name was Job. And that man was blameless and upright, and one who feared God and shunned evil. And 7 sons and 3 daughters were born to him. Also his possessions were 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, 500 female donkeys, and a very large household. So that this man was the greatest of all the peoples of the east. And his sons would go and feast in their houses, each on his appointed day, and would send and invite their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. So it was when the days of feasting had run their course that Job would send and sanctify them, and he would rise early in the morning and offer burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. Thus Job did regularly. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came along with them. And the Lord said to Satan, from where do you come? So Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro on the earth, and from walking back and forth on it. Then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job, that there is none like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man, one who fears God and shuns evil? So Satan answered the Lord and said, does Job fear God for nothing? Have you not made a hedge around him, around his household, and around all that he has on every side? You have blessed the work of his hands, and his possessions have increased in the land. But now stretch out your hand and touch all that he has, and he will surely curse you to your face. And the Lord said to Satan, behold, all that he has is in your power. Only do not lay a hand on his person. So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord. Now there was a day when his sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest brother's house. And a messenger, somebody say a messenger, came to Job and said, the oxen were plowing and the donkeys feeding beside them when the Sabeans raided them and took them away. Indeed, they have killed the servants with the edge of the sword, and I alone have escaped to tell you. Somebody say, while he was still speaking. Another also came and said, the fire of God fell from heaven and burned up the sheep and the servants and consumed them, and I alone have escaped to tell you. Somebody say, while he was still speaking. Another also came and said, the Chaldeans formed 3 bands, raided the camels, and took them away. Yes, and killed the servants with the edge of the sword, and I alone have escaped to tell you. Somebody say, while he was still speaking.
While he was still speaking.
Another also came and said, your sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest brother's house. And suddenly a great wind came from across the wilderness and struck the 4 corners of the house, and it fell on the young people, and they are dead. and I alone have escaped to tell you. Then Job arose, tore his robe, and shaved his head, and fell to the ground and worshipped. And he said, naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked shall I return there. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. In all this Job did not sin, nor charge God with wrong.
Amen.
Oh God, before you take your seat, can you just look at three people and say, I will keep trusting God.
I will keep trusting God.
Say, I will keep on trusting Him. Go ahead.
I will keep trusting
I
God.
will keep trusting God. You may now be seated in the presence of the Lord. Church, I must, first of all, I want to start off by saying that I am so happy to be here with you today on this last Sunday of 2018. As Pastor mentioned to all of you that there were things that each of us went through during the course of this year. Some of us from the very beginning, the first day of January, we were seeking after something and had planned on something and looking forward to something great happening in our lives. And some of us was disappointed. And we kept saying that maybe I had the wrong month in mind, that maybe it's going to happen in February. But during the course of this year, we have run into some rough spots. We have run into some areas in our lives that they have not by any means been an excited time in our lives. You know, some of us, we have lost loved ones. We have been in physical fights with others that we love. We have been disappointed by some that we have put great expectations in. And during the course of this time, the enemy was working on us from the outside in. And my reason for saying that he was working on you from the outside in is simply because he was giving you what is considered a false illusion. You see, he was making you feel that you were, oh God, defeated by him, that the things that was attacking you, that you would never be able to overcome. So he started to work on your emotions. He started to work on your esteem. And he has some of you right now here in December, the last Sunday of this year, you have low or no self-esteem. You see, he have done a trick on you. He have played with your mind. He have played with your emotions. He have even gotten involved in your circle. Oh God. You see, people that you entrusted in, people that you hung out with, people that you kicked it with. He used someone in that bunch to be, oh God, an enemy in the camp. You see, in other words, this devil, he has been raiding your household. He has been raiding through your family. He has been raiding through your friends. And you have been allowing him to do so. God help me in here today. You see, during this course and this time of the year, we should be excited. We should be happy. We should think about the goodness of God and all that he has done for us. And you see, the enemy, he has gotten your mind in a place to where you don't recognize the true blessings that you really have at hand. You see, some of you have beautiful children you have given birth to, and maybe they are not all what you expected them to be. Maybe Some of you have children that have gone on to high school, and maybe you had in your mind that you wanted them to go to college and get a good college education. But instead, the child figured that I've gone to Head Start, I've gone to grade school, and I've had enough schooling. I've been in school already for 14 years, and I just don't want to go to school any longer. And you have been disappointed by this. But what you need to understand, that if that child is still here on earth with you and still have breath in their body, you need to be glorifying God. Because in other words, you should be able to look at that child and see you in them. But you see, Satan, he's playing a trick on your mind, you see. And how is that, preacher? Well, he have attacked your finances, oh God, and it seemed like he did it all of a sudden, like you had a little something, and everything seemed like it was going okay, but all of a sudden it looked like everything went down the hill, God, in a hell in a handbasket. And now here you are finding yourself, how am I going to get myself out of this one? You see, I've been moving one bill around trying to pay the next, and I still don't have enough for that bill. How am I going to make it? You see, you need to understand that the devil, he's laughing at you. You need to understand that he came to steal, to kill, and to destroy. So if he's already worked on your emotions, if he's already worked on your esteem, and you feel that you're never going to make it, that you can't come out of where you are giving the devil the victory. God, help me in here today.